it could be sexual abuse,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have to be sexual abuse.
Right.
It could be just learning about the sexual shame, feeling guilty about it, or fearing it, this, what is sex? Oh, it could get me pregnant, or I could get STDs, or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or even more so, I mean, it's like I'll be, I won't be pure, like or women who have multiple partners, they're like, oh, I'm a slut, or people will think I'm a slut, that sort of thing.
No, people don't think of that. People after they watch Sex in the City, like maybe in bigger cities, they talk about women having multiple partners more, and it's more acceptable. And I'm not going to put judgment on whether this is right or not. It's just that in bigger cities, it happened. Not in Hong Kong, though. In Hong Kong, you're talking about people using AI as an alternative. I'm serious, because they just cannot find anything. They are just too engaged into making money. Hong Kong's running out of time, the political issues and whatnot, right?
But going back to your comment about Sex in the City, I mean, what is shown on TV may also be very different from the personal lives of people, like even a couple, because it's almost as if you're vicariously living your sexual life through watching the TV, but you're not actually living it in your true personal life.
Yeah, I think to have a good, meaningful relationship, including good sexuality between partners, or yourself understanding your own sexuality, you need time. And Hong Kong is kind of running out of time for that.
Yeah, you need time,
Yeah.
and you need to slow down. Because a lot of what you learn is when you go very, very slow. Like a woman, if she wants to, where can I feel my pleasure? It's only by exploring in a very slow way that she can get to know that.
If I may ask you, Linda, to spend another few more minutes on talking about the course or the workshop that you offer.
You mean the play shop?
Play shop, workshop. What do you teach between couples or singles?
Okay, so I have one-on-one coaching.
Yeah.
And one-on-one coaching is desire-based. So it could be about a woman who'd like to have more pleasure in her life, more pleasure in sex. And so one-on-one coaching goes through I use a lot of different tools and practices to connect her more with her body, and integrate different parts of herself, different identities, as well as integrate the three brains, where we have our thinking brain in our cortex, and we have our limbic brain, which is our seat of emotions, and then the primal brain, which is our body. So it's very much body-based, because we feel into the sensations of our body. Coaching with couples is very similar, and what I find super interesting is the couple itself is the entity. So when I do the coaching for the individual, where we find, like, a lot of it is what is blocking the individual from having his or her desires. And the blockage are those parts of us that we have repressed, that we have not learned to love and accept. So in a couple, it's the same thing. There's an entity where maybe, let's say partner A has this thing that triggers partner B. And for them to integrate that so they don't get triggered, the partner B doesn't get triggered with partner A's that part. And then I teach couples all these really wonderful tools like how to connect, how to communicate, and how to communicate really deeply and vulnerably. There's healing tools, and because it's in healing, it's witnessing someone in their truth, in their emotions, in their even their pain.
Yeah.
Is with love and compassion is super healing. And then I also teach them some erotic intimacy tools.
Mm-hmm. Well, Hong Kong people, when they think of eroticism, they have all these negative connotation. Sometimes they think of all the playboys in the world. Sometimes it's not that bad.
I'm sure people have their secret desires on eroticism.
Yeah.
And then I also do play shops for women. So that's like a group of women, and we come together, and we could do embodied meditation, dancing, celebration of us being women, and even sisterhood, which is a different experience. Most women said they have not experienced this before, and they come away with it feeling much more beautiful, much more loved, desired, and like a goddess.
I just find people need to spend more time for a couple and for themselves too, because I always find Hong Kong people, they like to use the least time to finish a task. That's why I talk about AI as a substitute, and then it's becoming quite serious. Not Hong Kong, even for Japan, maybe. Yeah, when they have so much engaged in computer gadgets.
But are they truly happy?
I don't know. Yeah.
If you're truly happy with that, that's fine.
And usually the sessions that you offer for counseling, is it like 4 sessions, 8, or like a season?
So I do packages.
Yeah.
I have done packages as few as 3, and my usual package for a single person is 10, and for a couple is 12, because I feel that there's so much in this journey that I can guide my client.
Yeah.
So 3 is just a taster, and it's for something small that they want to work towards. But anything more transformational would require a bigger package with more sessions. Okay. And I even have clients coming back after a session.
One final thing, maybe a few questions I have in mind is, are these mostly older couple or older people who seek your counseling? Or, I always find younger people, they don't have to explore so much about sexuality, or am I all wrong?
I think that's not my experience.
Really?
So I do have younger people, like even in 30s. And because younger people doesn't mean that your relationship is already great, because I've seen after only 1 year of marriage, people have a lot of conflict that they don't know how to resolve on their own. And they frequently could even think, well, it's my partner's fault. And only when they realize and they take responsibility for themselves, they realize that, I have so much that I need to work on myself. I have so much I need to learn.
Yeah.
And, it's a beautiful realization. And this is, how I can take them through their journey, guiding them.
Yeah.
Because it's really about what you really, really want. Do you really have what you want?
I really think private banking clients need to have sessions in sexuality. I'm serious.
Why private banking clients?
Clients.
I think anyone who is not having what they really want.
Because it seems like it's you need the time, and after you get more of your financial freedom, then you think more about sexuality.
But it's not true because, I have young clients.
Yeah.
They realize that they would like the help and the support. And I have a client who has gone through seeing psychiatrists, counselors, and, he has sought a lot of help in terms of his own growth. And so he comes to me and he experiences something totally different because it's not about, I don't give the answers. I help him discover the answers from himself, as well as expand his world, expand his view of himself, expand his sexuality, and therefore his relationships.
Yeah. So if someone really tackle their own sexuality, that opens a lot of doors.
It opens a lot. It does, because I believe that it's the most taboo topic. So it's the most taboo part of us. It's the part of us that many of us are afraid to face.
Yeah.
And so we end up doing it on a more superficial level rather than going super deep.
Yeah. So next time when we meet, I would like to ask you how to talk about sexuality, the issue of sexuality with younger children. Is that something you have done before?
I have.
Yeah.
With my children.
Yeah.
But I have to say I'm not an expert.
Yeah. No worries. But next time when we meet, let's do a topic on how to talk about sexuality with different age groups, because we haven't really classified, different age groups. And I find this a very interesting topic that we kind of neglect in our society.
Totally.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ed.